the Ring Fanatics podcast, episode number 150. I'm Nick, your host. With me, as always, is my co-host Joel.
Yo.
As always, at the beginning of each episode, go subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all social media platforms. Wherever you have, wherever you listen to your podcast, go follow us on there, and
Sir.
give us a 5-star rating wherever you listen to the audio versions. We did an episode 2 weeks ago. There was a big topic that a lot of people talk. I've been talking about over the last 2 weeks since the
Yes.
last time we recorded. That
Yes.
we never talked about yet, and we'll just dive right into it. The whole situation with Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. I know that it's been 2 weeks. A lot of stuff have come out
Yeah.
since. Like it's been set in stone already. What are your thoughts about it in general? What are your whole thoughts about it?
We knew what we were gonna get. You know what I mean? Like for them to throw Rock on us was like it was a cool surprise. Like I was
Yeah,
super hyped about Roman and Rock. Seems like I was the only one though. The whole thing happened over the weekend with we want Cody. Man, not gonna lie, kind of left a bad taste in my mouth with Triple H. Your first main event you're booking by yourself for your first mania you're in charge of, and you got bullied into changing the main event? What? What are we
yeah,
doing, Triple H? And we already knew it was a bad call when you made Rock and Roman. It was like, fuck, like you got okay,
yeah,
fuck it. You know what I mean? It was like, okay. Like my thought was like, okay, what I've been saying about Cody winning at SummerSlam is gonna happen. Like that makes perfect sense now.
I
Got
think
bullied.
your mic's off. I think
It's
I
off.
hear you talking, but I think it's not talking to the mic.
You don't hear
I
me?
hear, I do hear you, but it's like it's not through
Wait,
the mic. I hear
what
you
do
like
you
you're talking through like the computer audio. I think it's picking it up.
hold on, let me see.
Go.
So yeah, like getting bullied into changing the main event when you already fucked up the main event is fucking it's like funny to me. You know what I mean? But like because
Yeah,
it shouldn't have you should have never announced Cody wasn't picking Roman. And if you were gonna do that, you
yeah.
should have gave us a reason the night of.
I just think like it
Like
was just
I think it would have been different if Cody was like, I'm not going for you at Mania. Here's why, and then Rock come out. I think it would have not been as negative as it was with him just saying, I'm not fighting you. Here's the Rock, which is crazy.
yeah. I just think that it was kind of stupid to have him win if you're not gonna have him face it at Mania. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Maybe if like the plan was to have him go up against Rollins, have Rollins out there too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because that segment it was like it was just Cody and Roman. It kind of gave the audience a little bit of like an idea of who he was choosing. Then it was like, oh, not at Mania. Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, why? So they
That's
fucked
the
up
age
from the
old
beginning.
reason. Yeah. They
I
fucked
feel
up.
like
Yeah.
they messed up from the beginning. Even if The Rock didn't come out, it'd be like, why ain't you not going at Mania? I don't get it. Um, they could have gone. Maybe they maybe question it because it's like if they at that time weren't planning on having Cody um go after The Rock. What was CM Punk supposed to win it then? So that way Cody,
Nah, I don't
would
think
have
so.
gone for a title.
I think Cody was always gonna be the winner. I think it was always gonna be the winner. I guess after Rumble they decided to change it because he does point at Roman after the
Yeah, he
Rumble.
does.
Points at Roman. So it had to be throughout the week that like plans changed. Cause there's no way you're gonna have him win, point at Roman, then come out Friday and say, I'm not choosing you, and then 6 days later say, ha, psych, I am choosing you.
Then the whole thing too was like apparently The Rock told them that when he signed with the board of TKO that he was gonna go for Roman before the Rumble. So Triple H knew that,
Yeah.
but decided not to still book Cody Rhodes to win the Rumble and point at Roman. Maybe Cody caught up in the moment and pointed at him anyways, to make the
Yeah.
storyline seem kind of cooler to be like, okay, now he's pointing at Roman. This is cool. He's, they making
Mm-hmm.
the win important because he won it for the second time in a row. So maybe that was the thing. Maybe he wasn't supposed to do that, or they had no plans of having him do that.
Yeah.
But then why have them out there if he's not going to point? So there's so many
Exactly.
questions to be like, what's happening? I'm confused.
Yeah, so I kind of think, which scares me now with WWE, it scares me a little bit with this situation because it shows power moves happening.
Yeah.
I think Triple H probably heard of the idea with Rock and decided to still have Cody point at Roman. Rock decided to use his power to change that decision.
What do you mean?
Then, like he had the power to say no, I'm going to fight Roman, and TKO was probably like, okay, that's gonna make us the most money. Okay, yeah, no problem. We'll go with Rock's move. You know what I mean? Like we'll go with his
Yeah.
idea, and that's how it all changed by Friday. So it was kind of like they overrode um whatever Triple H was trying to do, which is
Yeah.
scary because now it's showing that people are gonna start using their power this way. The only reason why it got changed back is because the people talked.
Yeah.
They heard the people and got nervous. Again, if this is Vince, Vince is not getting nervous because guess what? He's been through a lot. Even canceled WWE Network, and he
Yeah.
laughed in our face and said, "Do it," and no
Yeah.
one did it. You know what I mean? Like, I think this was just Triple H and WWE in panic mode, changing it back to Cody, and it was a fuck up from the beginning with having Cody say, "I'm not choosing you." You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They fucked up, like you said. They fucked up from the very beginning with doing, and also the way it went down. Like I said, not explaining, just saying, "I'm not going after you at Mania," and leaving. Like
But it also, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no,
like
you're good.
it also really comes into effect of the fans too, where it's like, yeah, the fans kind of bullied Triple H into changing it, but it's like we didn't really give them a chance to explain,
No,
really.
nobody gave them a chance to explain.
Because, like, yeah, he didn't say it that night when he said, I'm not challenging you at Mania. But what if he was going to say it on Raw? What if we was
Exactly.
going to call out Rollins and say, I'm challenging you instead? We didn't give them a chance.
Nope.
You know what I mean? There's two champions. He could have chosen Rollins. Maybe they knew from the CM Punk injury, like maybe CM Punk, Cody Rhodes would have been better off facing Rollins again, and he'd beaten him. But then, like you said, people bullied Triple H into making a decision. But with that being said, too, as of now, this recording, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night on SmackDown. It seems like The Rock and Roman are kind of buddy-buddy right now on the same side from the press conference last week.
Yeah, and
And
I'm
I'm not
fine
mad
with
at that.
that. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I'm
not
not
mad
mad at
at
that.
that. I'm not mad at that at all. I think that's really dope. I just don't want you to give me Rock and Roman now. I never want to see that match. It
I
should
don't
have
want Rock to be
happened.
involved at all.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, they could just do Rock and Roman after Mania. No, I don't want to see Rock and Roman no more. That's it. It's done. Especially now that
Yeah.
they're buddy buddy, and it works. Like, it's not saying that it doesn't work, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
I do not want to see that match now under no circumstances because now you're having them kind of fight together, and I get it for family, whatever. But now it just doesn't make sense. The whole thing was a tribal chief, and now all of a sudden they're equals, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna take down Cody together." It's just weird. But it works, and I hope we get Hollywood Rock. I
Yeah.
hope we get the Hollywood Rock theme music because that would make
Oof.
me even happier. With the
Yeah. Because
helicopters, oh man,
yeah.
give me that.
Yeah. Because what they can also do with this story, I know I don't want to do predictions now, but what they can also do is have like The Rock be the special guest referee, I guess.
Yeah,
That's probably
like
the
an
least they can
enforcer
do.
type thing.
Yeah, and then I have a feeling that The Rock is purposely siding with Roman, just as like he's faking it as of right now.
Yeah,
And
so
then
that's what
when
I've been
Mania
thinking
comes
too.
along, he
Mhm.
turns on Roman, costs him the title. That leads the feud for them too. You know?
But I have a question for you, Nick. If that situation goes down, can we say Cody finished the story by also having in that same match The Rock interfere?
The story was to win the title,
I
so
feel like it tarnishes it because he doesn't. People will always, people that
he
don't like Cody, me, would always bring up the fact and say he didn't win clean.
What if
I
that
wouldn't say that because it's
turns?
like it's The Rock. It's different.
Yeah,
But people are gonna talk and be like, he didn't win it clean though. And
because that's
even
the thing.
people that
Like,
are Cody fans are gonna be butthurt because they're gonna be like, oh, The Rock always gotta make things about himself. Duh, 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 duh. But it's like
but then that's the thing. Like,
I understand that one.
yeah,
Him at Mania, The Rock interfering, and then Cody winning. It's kind of like we talked
but
about it on the bracket episode about it depends who's interfering and how it affects history.
it's like a plan though. Cody knew he was going to interfere. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it
Okay.
was their plan from the start. Like they were pretending that The Rock was friends and buddy with Roman, but that in reality he was going to cost him the title.
Yeah.
And that was the plan from the start.
Okay.
But what they can also do, like I know the fan reaction is going to be a big part of it when it comes to Mania, and if that happens, but I think that's how they're going to bounce off of how they're going to build Cody's reign after that. Because if people boo Cody and boo The Rock, then it's
Nobody's
like,
gonna boo.
hey,
I
I
don't think people
guess
will boo them.
like
I think it'll just be
maybe
like, ooh,
it'll be like a shock babyface turn in a way. It'll be like,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, maybe loves The Rock or hates The Rock regardless, but like people weren't expecting this because he was on the side of Roman.
yeah.
But if people don't like it, they could just book Cody as a heel going forward. You know what I mean? And then we don't see Roman for months.
Now you talking, Nick. Now you
And then
talking.
if people like it, just keep it as a babyface, and that's how you build up momentum for the title reign for Cody.
I mean,
Because
why not?
yeah, like people didn't like the whole situation 2 weeks ago, but we didn't really see the reaction because the whole thing with that moment was like when he said that people were confused.
Yeah,
Then
people
immediately
didn't
The
let it
Rock came out.
unfold.
Yeah. And The Rock came out immediately with everyone cheering in the audience. It wasn't until after when people saw social media be like everyone wanted Cody. So maybe really we're gonna base it off their reaction from that and maybe not let the internet bully Triple H into making this decision.
Yeah, facts.
Maybe they'll learn from their mistakes. I don't know. But it was like I kind of think that's the idea of it. Unless like because I know people are saying for Elimination Chamber it might be Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody in a tag match. Sounds dope.
It's
But
a cool
it could
match, but not for Mania. I
yeah.
feel
For the yeah.
like it would have
No,
been
for
cool if they did
Chamber.
it at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
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 but
so that's what I
they
meant.
can't
Yeah,
just
Chamber.
pop that up now. They already announced Cody and Rollins for the
Oh,
Grayson
the
Waller
Grayson.
effect.
Yeah, that is true. That
Yeah,
is true.
unless they book it that
Um,
night, which would be nuts. I feel that's ballsy to announce
yeah,
that the
that
night
is.
of. You
Yeah,
would
but
want
like I
people
was gonna
because like
say
if you
like
wake up and you find out
yeah,
Rock and
yeah,
Roman tagged against Cody and Rollins, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah.
crazy.
But then I was gonna
But
say if
it
that
was a
match
good match.
happened, yeah, if that match
It
happened
would
at
have
the
been cool.
Chamber, it would not only would it be cool, but it would be like, okay, what if like the next night on the next SmackDown, you have like Roman do something. What was the situation that I think of before? It was like if Roman said something in the middle of a promo, to Cody, dissing The Rock, but not intentionally, then The Rock gets tight and be like, wait, you just dissed me. I don't like you now, type of thing. The
Okay, yeah.
way he turns on Roman and becomes a triple threat too, you know, at
Okay,
Mania.
they could do something like that, yeah.
To
And
where it's
maybe
like
Roman's
he's
like,
like
you're
in
the reason
between.
why we lost. Like the Rock gets pinned. And he's like,
Exactly.
you're just like your fucking cousins. That's what
Yeah,
Roman.
exactly. Yeah,
You're
exactly.
just dead weight. You're just dead weight, man.
So I don't know. I just feel like there's so many things that can
There's
happen.
so many options that they could do, but we'll see. Because also I want to know like now it makes sense to build up towards 41, right, with Rock and Roman. But
Yeah,
like, are you gonna wait that long? Does The Rock have that much time?
does Roman still want to
Or
wrestle in a year? I don't know.
that's what yeah, that's also a fact. Yeah, that's also
But
like
you also have
something that
many premium live events out of the country that you want to build out for. So if you
yeah.
want to do it in Germany, if you want to do it in France, go for it. I mean,
But I feel
who's
like you don't
stopping them?
need The Rock to build those right now. You have a roster that people actually want to see.
But they had Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico last year. They could do The
Yeah,
Rock in
but
France or Germany.
yeah, I guess.
So
I
it's just to
guess.
get I'm pretty sure, like, or maybe Saudi Arabia. I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia is going to be like, hey, I want this match
Oh
to
man,
happen. You're
when's
getting that.
Saudi happening?
Like,
That's
I think
happening
November.
soon, right? Oh, it's in
November, I
November?
think.
Okay.
Crown Jewel. I don't know if they announced it, but that's usually when
Okay.
it happens
Because I
every
saw
year.
somebody post about Saudi on Twitter like the other day talking about The Rock, and I was like, oh shit, is that like soon? But if it's all the way in November, he got time.
Yeah, he got time. I think he'll do that.
But like, nah, I think for that you just wait till Mania. I said, especially if you try if the rumors are true that they're trying. That's another thing that came up. Them going to Vegas. Vegas is now the front
Next year,
runner.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Minnesota was the front runner for a good minute. Now it's
While.
Vegas, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, they
With the
haven't had a
stuff going
Mania
on.
there since what, 9?
In a while, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think 9 was the one and only Vegas show. Yeah,
Yeah, so
so
that makes
it's
sense.
time to do it there. I feel like it should have been for a bigger like Mania, like a 45 or 50.
50,
You do
yeah.
Vegas, you know what I mean? Like
But I guess they have to
WrestleMania
change it.
Vegas. Yeah,
But I guess they
like
have to change it.
nah,
So,
yeah, but I guess they'll do 41 there. So it makes sense to do Rock Roman and build towards that. But again, how's the next year gonna look of booking? Are we even gonna see any of them till January?
yeah,
These
that's
are the hard questions.
exactly. Exactly. We don't know. But we shall see it because
We shall
we,
see.
we still got a lot of time till Mania.
Yeah,
A lot of time next year, Mania. A lot of time till
and
SummerSlam, all these events.
things could change. You never know what could happen.
Exactly. Plans can
Yeah,
change. Rock is a busy guy outside of WWE. So,
yeah.
he may not
People
be
keep
around
getting
for.
injured for no reason. Maybe you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like you never know what could happen and change
Yeah.
the course. Hopefully nothing,
Exactly.
but you never know.
Yeah. Hopefully nothing, but we shall
Yeah,
see.
we were all
Because
hype about Punk, and then
yeah, yeah, the one move injured him.
he
Yeah,
changed a lot.
and I love that Drew McIntyre storyline that they're doing with him. But
Oh
we'll get
yeah,
into
that's
that
awesome.
next week is the predictions for Chamber. So
Yeah,
we'll talk about that more next week.
but
Um,
to talk about it real quick, shout out
yeah,
Drew. He looks like he's having fun. This is definitely a way to get him to resign.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I
I
think
hope
he's
so
gonna.
too.
And I think he's gonna resign. I think he
Maybe
likes the character he's playing.
I'll be shocked if McIntyre doesn't resign at this
Yeah,
point.
same.
At first I was like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't because things weren't going his way. He's
Yeah,
not being booked well. But now, like you said, he is having. It looks like he is having a great time with his character. It seems like he's getting the guy to be the next challenger for Seth. So
yeah.
we don't know. Um, but yeah, I think he will. I won't be
Qu-
surprised if he resigned.
quick question: at the end of Mania 40, do we get Rollins and Cody in the same ring holding the belt up for a pick, or what? What do you think?
After Mania, I think we're gonna get
Yeah, after the
like a
win, I think Rollins.
well,
You think?
I don't know. I don't know at Mania, but maybe like a backstage photo or like a Raw photo the next night.
Yeah,
Like remember that moment like 10 years ago with Ryder, Bryan, and Punk,
yeah.
like that type of
Or
thing.
does Rollins not even make it out as Mania's champion? That's also a good question. As they started the
Yeah,
Elimination Chamber qualifications, I think it's gonna be a fun chamber. Hopefully,
it is. It seems like it's gonna be a fun night with
yeah,
with the superstars announced so far. It seems like it's gonna be fun to watch.
definitely.
I'm gonna wake up now at 4 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
I mean, I was
Yeah,
gonna wake up either way. I was just
yeah, I mean,
talking shit.
yeah, exactly.
Talking all this
Yeah,
shit like they making us wake up early while I'm gonna be the first one up, making coffee, chilling.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be half asleep, like chilling there, just watching Australian time.
That's what.
I don't even
That's
remember
why.
watching the last one they did in Australia. Like, what was it, Super Showdown? I think it
I don't
was
even.
when Buddy Murphy won the cruiserweight title, whatever that show was.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
don't
last
even
one.
recall if I watched that live or not. I don't even remember, to be honest.
I don't know, because that definitely was like obviously at the same time, like in the morning, but
I don't even
I feel like you were
remember.
watching a lot of them in school too. Like you would watch a lot of Crown
Yes.
Jewel. That I
Yeah,
remember
we
seeing because
were.
you would watch it
Yeah.
sometimes.
And we were watching the back of the TV studio in that little
Yeah,
room.
yeah,
Oh yeah, what a
yeah,
time, man.
yeah.
Shout out
That was
SFC.
that was the ringside days. The ringside
The
days. Yeah.
ringside days. Oh my god. You know I still have those episodes.
We still haven't listened to them yet.
Oh,
We say that every single time.
I'm not listening to them. I'll send them to
Yeah,
you. You can
yeah,
listen to them. I even
yeah.
found a website that I used to put them on. I found
Oh
all the
God.
old stuff, all the old audio from us, from Manny, from the SFC shows itself. It was bad.
Yeah, probably the
It was bad. We
progression
were
of
learning. Yeah, we were
yeah,
learning.
we were learning
We were
on the
learning.
radio stuff.
Oh my god,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, shout out SFC Radio for starting
Hell
this.
yeah,
I
man.
guess.
For starting it
Um,
out, hell yeah.
yeah. So yeah. More about that of Chamber next week when we do
Yeah.
predictions for those. Other stuff in wrestling within the past week seems
Ooh.
onto AEW now off of WWE. It seems that AEW is getting more free agents signed to the company.
Yeah.
It seems like Okada signed with AEW. It seems like
Oh
AEW is
yeah.
getting
I saw rumors of saying Okada's back. I don't believe any of them. I
really.
really don't. I really think he's going to WWE.
You think so?
It would be shocking to me if he signed with AEW.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like he would just, if he wants to come to the States, he's always wanted to fight at WrestleMania. He's not going to sign with AEW. And AEW is not signing him for no less than like 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? And that takes a couple years off his career. So that's why I feel like he's not going to. But there's a big possibility he might. I think he would do better in AEW than WWE. I don't know. I really feel like he's gonna go to WWE, but would love for him to be in AEW. But it's just one of those situations that's like he's an older dude.
Yeah.
He's not in the same situation as Osprey. Like Osprey got years to play around with, because his thought is, I'll spend 3 years here, blow up my name even bigger,
Like
and
Perazo.
exactly, now you gotta respect me. Now I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be the face of NXT Europe. What are you talking about? Get me on the main
Exactly.
roster. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. Because Osprey's gonna end up in WWE. I don't know why everybody's
Eventually, yeah.
getting I don't know why everybody's getting so uptight that he signed with AEW. Like it's a good move right now. They told him, well, this is what I read. They were like, we're gonna make you the face of NXT Europe. Cool. When was the last time you ever heard of NXT Europe, Nick? Have they made
Not
any
yeah.
updates of when it
Nothing.
started? Yeah, so why would you just want to sit on the sideline, wait for that to start up when you could
Exactly.
continue wrestling on TV, marquee names, and on
Yeah.
pay-per-views, big shows? Like you rather do that, let them build that up, and by the time they build that up, you're gonna build yourself even more up that you don't even gotta go there. They're gonna just bring you
Yeah.
in and put you on the main roster. It's gonna be a no doubter. So it makes sense that Osprey did that. So I think that since Okada's older, I don't think he has that same mindset. I think he's like, I just want to go to WWE, do a Mania, and finish. I don't know, finish his career there, but at least have the WWE experience.
Yeah, because I thought that he would. I thought it was going to be the reverse. Like maybe spend like tops 3 years in WWE, then go to AEW to
Okay,
finish
yeah,
it. That would have made more sense. Because I get it. Like I think you were thinking of more of like what he wants to do, more than
yeah.
what you know what I mean. Because yeah, money talks.
Oh,
Probably
definitely.
Tony Khan's probably offering like whatever, like double what WWE's offering. But
But I think New Japan was paying him pretty nicely though.
yeah,
So it's
but I
not
think
like
he's
he needs money. I think you
yeah.
know what I mean. It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's just at this point in his career, he's probably just wants to do like test the waters a little bit, see where he wants to go and
Yeah,
see what he can do. But I think it'll be the reverse of what you're thinking of. I think he may start off with WWE, and should finish off in AEW. But it seems where because like I think because Tony Khan posted a photo of like, or I think it was a tweet. He said like, it's gonna feel like 2021 all over again, referencing like the All Out stuff with Cole, Daniel Bryan,
yeah,
them coming out. I feel like when that big business show comes out, people are thinking like, yeah, it could just be Mercedes Moné and that's it. But they may surprise us with Okada afterwards. Yeah, we've seen Okada on TV before, but it's like people are not expecting Okada since it's mainly so revolving around Mercedes Moné.
yeah.
So I think that's what they're gonna pull, like a surprise at the end. Like, oh shoot, Okada is here. He did sign with AEW. That's where I'm thinking. I think he should. Like I want him to go to WWE first, but I think he's gonna end up at AEW first. And do stuff with them.
I think we'll get
Um,
more. I think we'll get better matches out of
yeah,
AEW with him.
probably what he wants too.
Yeah, and it makes sense because big business. He has to do with money, the Rainmaker. It makes
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they're giving Sasha, my bad, Mercedes
Monet.
away, but not telling you Okada's also gonna be there, and that's also gonna be the first full time show Osprey's gonna be at.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he
no,
kicks
because
off
he's
at
competing at,
Revolution, right?
which is 2 weeks prior though. So I don't think it's the first
Oh, okay.
because
I thought Revolution was that Sunday,
it's the
and then
second
Big
or third.
Business. Oh, okay. I thought it was like
Yeah,
that week. Big Business was.
no, they have one Dynamite in between.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah,
Because I was
but
gonna
it
say
would have been
now they
cool.
got the stacked roster,
Yeah,
and
because
also who knows they
they
could
could
have signed somebody else.
yeah they could reveal that Revolution. You know,
Yeah.
like who knows? We shall see. Maybe
Yeah.
like they announced Monet at Revolution 2, and then that's like her first appearance is
Yeah.
at Big Business. They'd be like, hey, tune in. She'll make her debut match at Big Business.
In
You
Boston.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So people were like, I heard people complaining online, like
What
they're
they
like,
complaining
oh,
about now?
no, it's like they think that like, oh, they didn't say it was Monet. That's not the big announcement. With because when Tony Khan announces everything as a big announcement, it's not that big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were like, oh, they didn't say it was Mercedes Monet. It was just Big Business. I was kind of tight with this one, for me personally, because I'm like, if you're gonna announce, because Big Business is technically saying, hey, we signed Monet,
Yeah.
but without
Without saying
saying
it.
that we, yeah. So it's like you could have just said you signed Mercedes Monet. That could have been the
Nah.
big announcement.
Nah.
You know
You
what I
gotta
mean? I
show
get
up
it.
to.
You
You
wanna,
gotta show up to figure it out.
yeah, I
Find
get it. I know
out.
that point, but it's
Yeah.
like just say you signed her. You're saying that without saying it. Like we know you signed her. And
Yeah.
there's people out there like, well, he didn't say Monet. Like fucking, it's Monet. We know it's Monet.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It says Boss Town in the corner. The big in the logo is her fucking glasses from WWE. It's obvious.
Yeah.
It's Monet. You know what I mean? So I was like, I just find it annoying. Not just with this
Shout out.
announcement, but it's like,
Yeah. But that's basically what it is. It's like, yo, we're giving you that it's Monet. Like
yeah,
you kind of know it's Monet, but there's also more. There has to be more for them to announce it, especially that they're hyping it up crazy.
yeah.
I just wonder who it is. I want to say it's Okada, but I'm not sure. And then also
That's the
there's so
thing.
many free agents that we're probably not even thinking about.
There's so many. But yeah, there's this thing in NXT that I'm seeing like promo wise of like the three faces of something. I don't know if you've seen them on social media.
No, I have
Um,
not.
the NXT is like throwing these vignettes out. I don't remember the whole thing because
Is that the
I
one with the
saw like,
writing?
yeah, the
And
writing
people
stuff.
think
Yeah,
it's Okada?
yeah,
Okay.
because they said the whole three faces of something, and it's like something Japan. It's like I don't know, something in Japan with three faces. I don't know. People are saying it's him because it's a Japanese thing. So, I don't know. I mean,
Debuting him on NXT is still wild to me.
I don't think that's him though. I don't think it's him. People are just like trying to get over their heads and be like, "Oh, it's definitely Okada." It's like,
Yeah.
huh?
What do
Like
you
we
mean
don't.
definitely?
Yeah,
What do you
exactly.
mean
Y'all sound too
definitely?
confident to be saying that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, it might be somebody who is like they just signed like a 19-year-old who's fucking debuting. I don't know. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Shout out NXT, man. I saw
yeah,
Breaker won the tag belts with Corbin. Shout out
yeah,
Corbin, man. You know
yeah.
what? Shout out Corbin. Because I love Corbin, and people always hated on him. I didn't think he was that bad in the ring. I actually liked him. It was just the stupid stuff WWE had him doing.
Exactly.
Now,
Some of it had potential, but they just dropped the ball with it.
bro, the Lone Wolf? How did, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, that shit should work so good, and he should have been in more title pictures. Not the main title picture, but at least, like, mid-card title, more in the picture. You know what I mean? Because he was in there for a little bit, but
then got thrown out.
it wasn't like he was consistently in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to them winning the belts.
Which is awesome.
That's
also
telling you
one thing.
Breaker's gonna stay there for a bit. What's up?
That's what I was gonna say. Because it's like that's one thing I'm confused about. Like I love Triple H. I love the whole fucking calling up because Tiffany Stratton's also on the main roster. Carmelo Hayes seems like he's gonna get called up, but Triple H is so bad with fucking his time management shit. It's like, why are you calling him up now if he's in the middle of a fucking storyline? Wait till it's over, then call him up. Same thing with Carmelo Hayes. Like, we've been talking about this for months. How Carmelo Hayes should be on the main roster at this very second. And they're calling him up in the middle of a big fucking storyline. Wait till it's over now. You could have done it before the Trick Williams shit happened. You could have done it after it, but you had to do it in the middle of it. Like,
and now he's a champion.
Yeah, we break as a champion now too. It's like, yeah, it's like now you gotta wait till he loses that shit to call him up.
Yeah,
You should have just not done anything. Could have waited. You know Shawn Michaels very well. He could have told you, yeah, I haven't winning the championship in a couple of weeks. But
Shawn
fucking,
Michaels, man.
like, I don't know. Like it's just that pisses me off,
bro.
Like, I'm glad that they're on the main roster, but
yeah, definitely. Triple H
like,
gotta step his game up, man. Do better.
Just no one. They have a plan for. You could have called them up after me. It would have been just fine. But it's like, wait till the story's over and then call them up.
Definitely.
But it's Tiffany Stratton is the only one that's like good with because she wasn't in the storyline when she got called up.
She wasn't doing much at the time.
Yeah, I think I don't think the last time she was on TV was like before 2024.
Oh, so they've had her off for a little bit then.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And then she got called up, so her made sense.
That makes
sense. It was perfect time for
Breaker
and then
no shot.
Yeah, it's like you're in the middle. Like everyone was loving the tag team stuff with Corbin. It's like at least wait till that's done. You know what I mean?
Unless he's gonna pull double duty and do.
That's
both.
what I was thinking that maybe at the Mania weekend show that they do, that's when he lose it. He turns on Corbin, then we don't see him
that quick.
Yeah, that's what I think. You know, it's like I get it. I think that they're just doing it because people love him. You know,
okay.
Like I love them together.
Because I saw that and I was like, that's dope. Like from what I've seen, they've been killing it. They've been doing their thing. So it makes sense.
They won the Dusty Cup.
Belts. Yeah.
But then like if they have Breaker turn heel, then it's like you're gonna have. He already is a heel, but if he's gonna have to turn on Corbin, it's like that's gonna be another feud for another takeover. Then it's like, you know what I mean?
Keeping him there, yeah.
Yeah, then like I don't get it. You're gonna have him on the main roster and still do a feud. Like call the motherfucker up already. Just he's been ready for years,
bro. Him and Mello, man. We've been saying this.
The Mello one makes sense because he turned already. It seemed that the feud's gonna happen at the Mania weekend show.
I think after Mania, he's full time main roster.
Exactly.
I think he needs to. I think Trick has to get the win over him before he leaves.
Yeah,
I think that's the whole idea. Yeah.
And then no more
Mello. Yeah. Have the big blow off, and then you're good.
Yeah, that's the main event. Then it's like cool. The best way to send them off is by doing that.
Exactly.
So that makes sense. But I'm loving these call-ups anyways. Like the whole Rumble pretty much put them on the map.
Yeah. Are they doing the takeover? My bad. The PLE. Because they'll take that. They don't call them that no more, Joel.
Yeah.
The NXT PLE. Are they doing it again that Saturday morning or like Saturday afternoon?
Seems like that, yeah. Because it's going to be in Philly. So.
Okay, because it was the Dallas one, right? That was like at 11 a.m.
I think last year's too was in
the
afternoon.
Right?
Yeah, they did back-to-back years.
Okay, so yeah.
So it seems like they're doing that as a pattern. So yeah, I'm saying yeah.
I still don't know why they don't just do the Thursday night before.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, that's a perfect way to kick, like, in the future. I think that's a perfect way to, like, kick off Mania weekend. Kick off with NXT. Then the next night you have SmackDown Hall of Fame. And then the 2 nights of Mania. So you're not putting 2 shows on one day on Saturday. And then by the time the third match of Mania is happening, people are already, like, tuning out. You know what I mean? Because they've been watching wrestling one day.
I just think that the Hall of Fame should be on Thursday night. Kick off the weekend.
Could do that too, yeah. Why not?
But then you wouldn't want to do TakeOver right after SmackDown. You know what I mean?
Nick, why not? Why not?
I mean, people watch that. People care about that.
You're going to have a go-home episode for Mania, probably end fire. That crowd is going to be lit. Just leave them there. Be like, if y'all want to stay, we got takeover happening. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to do it. I think because I feel like SmackDown's different because it's a 2 hour show.
Yeah.
You
That is
know when
true.
SmackDown ends, it ends. You know what I mean? Mania, you don't know. It's a pay per view, and also a takeover is probably like 2 hours now, right?
Around
Are
that
they like
time,
the
yeah.
2-3 hour mark? They do it
Like,
now.
yeah, around that 3 hours, I
Okay,
would
because I
say.
know
Yeah.
NXT always had like it would never go past 3 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
not even 2.5. It would just end. But yeah, I think that's a smart way to do it than putting it on Saturday. Either do it Thursday night to kick stuff off, or like you said, do it Friday after SmackDown. Because
Yeah. But I just think,
Hall of Fame makes sense to kick off with.
yeah, 'cause that's the thing that, like, signifies
Yeah, and it gets more
being a weekend.
eyes on the takeover because on SmackDown, all you have to keep saying is, "Don't forget tonight at 10 after SmackDown goes off the air, NXT whatever it's called goes live on
Yeah.
Peacock. Switch over." People will switch over if it's happening at that moment, especially if you give them a fire ending to SmackDown. They're gonna be hyped up.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "All right,
That is
cool. You
true.
know what? We in this." I would probably watch Takeover.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it because it's Mania weekend. Come on,
Exactly. There's a
it's
lot
a
of
big
wrestling
show.
happening.
Hell yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
show.
Question,
Talking
though.
about Mania weekend. Hold on, did you see the match they just announced with RVD versus Mike Bailey?
When?
That's ridiculous, right? In Philly for
When?
Mania weekend,
What show, though? What show's doing it?
WrestleCon, I believe.
Oh, that's might be sick. Out.
That's that's so random, and I love
But
it.
it's,
I love it.
yeah.
I
It's so
love it.
random, but I love it. Switching topics, though.
Yeah.
Something else happened for TNA that people were shocked about.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it.
What are your thoughts on Scott D'Amore getting released by TNA?
It's tragic. It's tragic because he took TNA. It was his baby.
Yeah.
He reformed it and he made it what it was. Think about Impact a couple years ago, before COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody was really paying attention. It wasn't until COVID hit that then they started signing more people. They started doing more storylines that were actually interesting. The wrestling got better. Then they start getting international stars. They do the AEW crossover, and they kept evolving, and it was great. And then changing the name back to TNA Wrestling, awesome. Signing all these guys, everybody's excited for it. So far, TNA has been killing it with the weeks that they've been putting out shows since I forgot the name of the pay per view. Whoa, fuck, I forgot what was in January. But after that, since they've been putting episodes out without recaps, they've been killing it. To fire this dude is so wild to me. And then for it to come out that it was because he was asking for more money to make
Yeah.
the show better, and you said no and fired him, that's crazy to me. That's so wild. For him to flip that for you, leave you in probably the best position TNA has been in years, and you fire him.
Yeah. That's, like, I don't know. Like, it was a shock to me, and I'm like, why would anyone in the world want to fire Scott D'Amore to be
It made
like,
no sense. Yeah.
he was a reason that, all the success happened in the past couple of years. It was just complete. There was no, because again, that's still I feel like there was more reasonings behind the whole him asking for money thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's got to be more to the story than what they're telling us. Um, it's like, so we could have. I heard stuff that, like, apparently they were gonna, you know he was gonna step down to a different position that wasn't the president of the company. But then they just completely let him go, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. For what? Without him, they wouldn't be the TNA that it is today.
Yeah.
Um, I think that Tony Khan should immediately pick him up
Yes.
and have him run Ring of Honor, Scott D'Amore, because
Oh,
over
that's a good choice.
the past couple of years, like you said before, he put on one of the best wrestling today. especially during the time of the early pandemic, where there wasn't really much to do. Picked up a lot of great talent for the company, put on a lot of great wrestling. For me, who's someone that doesn't really watch TNA that often, I tune in here and there, be like, I'm watching this match, I'm watching this pay-per-view. Um, so I think if you have someone like that running Ring of Honor, that's gonna probably get more eyes on that company too. He knows how to handle a company. Leave all that in his hands. He knows what talent to attract. So that's why I think that Tony Khan should just go after him and help him out a little bit. I know they have board
Yeah,
directors there, like I think it's Stokely and Jerry Lynn, but they can use some help too with Scott D'Amore.
definitely. That would be a good pickup by them, a great pickup by them. But it's just so crazy, and like even like Cardona had put out a tweet, and he was like,
Yeah,
he signed me when no one wanted me, and then like look at what happened. Like he made us care about people we didn't think we would ever care about. When
and I
did I
said that
ever
in my
care
back.
about Josh Alexander? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when was the last time I cared about him before he was in that storyline for the title belt?
yeah.
I,
It
I
made me
couldn't
care
care
about
less.
people. Like I said this a while back. Scott D'Amore takes people that you're not expecting to be
Yeah,
stars and he makes them into stars. And I said this a while back with Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin was somebody, probably the last person in that group of releases that I thought would be world champion elsewhere. And he did. And he's a star now, even without the title. He's still doing his thing.
yeah,
There's so many, Matt Cardona, one of them, like you said in the tweet that he put out earlier today. It's just there's so many people that he helped put on the map. Um, I don't know if
yeah.
that's going to stay the same over the next couple of years, months, whatever this may be. But that's like a big loss for them. Like, why it just still doesn't make sense to me why they would let him go. Or I just doesn't understand. It doesn't add up to me
Yeah.
whatsoever. It's just the dumbest thing they could have done.
And they don't want to tell you the whole story because I bet you the budget thing was definitely trying to sign free agents. And if they come
Yeah,
out and say, "Oh, it's because he was trying to sign free agents," but we don't want
and
to pay that money, you're basically saying we're not looking to make the product better. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they're not gonna come out and be like, "Oh yeah, he was trying to do that." But it's just so wild. And then also what's even worse about this whole situation, the talent is unhappy about it.
yeah.
That's even worse, I think, than having the fans mad at you. The talent is mad at Anthem for getting rid of him. It's crazy.
And I think I saw a tweet or like some interview somewhere where like Josh Alexander said that the reason why he resigned with them was because of Scott D'Amore.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I wonder how many other talent in TNA I feel the same way, where like they only stayed because of Scott D'Amore. Now, if he's gone, are they gonna all leave too? To be like, now what's the point of staying here? Maybe they
yeah.
will. I don't know, but I feel like things may change depending on because of that situation.
I saw they had a wrestler like write in a letter to Anthem. They didn't say like who it was, but one of the signed wrestlers like wrote a letter and sent it to Anthem, telling about
I
them
saw that too.
how messed up it was and how they're unhappy about it. Like
Yeah,
that's the things you got to do too. Like the way we bullied Triple H into changing the main event, they should be able to bully Anthem into not probably signing him back, but getting out their contract or just leaving when their contract's done. That's probably gonna be the best revenge for them, because no one's
yeah.
gonna want to stay there if they don't get somebody in that position that was respected like him.
Yeah, because from that time where Scott D'Amore first announced TNA is coming back, you could tell the passion that he had of being the president of the company. That says a lot.
Yeah,
Like this, you know what I mean? Like I'm still confused. Like why would you let someone go? Maybe that would help if that's what I'm saying with Ring of Honor. If they get it for Ring of Honor, I wonder how many people will go there and be like, "Hey, I want to be a Ring of Honor star only." You know
yeah,
what I mean? I'm not gonna say that everyone from TNA is gonna leave, but like I think some people will and be like, I want to be the face of Ring of Honor. Let's just build up Ring of Honor, help get a TV deal there. Scott DeBourne knows what to do. He's been doing it for many, many years. So he may get a TV deal with him, get him out of Honor Club, let him take over, and Ring of Honor's back to where it was with the
yeah,
star level names. They've had a couple people like Athena. They're building up people right now to be like, hey, could you stay at Ring of Honor? or go to AEW depending on how big you get as a name. So
I
we gotta
think
wait and see.
I think this is just wishing this would happen. But Tony Khan should just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm buying TNA Wrestling. Buy TNA
Ooh,
Wrestling. Put Scott back in charge. Get rid of Collision. Mix Ring of Honor with TNA. Get rid of the TNA name. Put the Ring of Honor stars with the TNA stars. Give them Ring of Honor on Saturdays.
that's
Like,
dope.
I think that would be fire because you don't have that. Like TNA got a good amount of people signed, but they don't got
Yeah,
like a lot. You know what I mean? So if you mix them with Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor already got a crazy ass lineup. If you take a lot of those people out that aren't really signed to the company or people that aren't being used and just release them, you could definitely do that.
of course, of course.
And then you
There's
just
some,
let him run it. And then it's like Dynamite and Ring of Honor. Get rid of Collision, man. Like,
yeah. There's so
I
many.
think,
Yeah, there's so much
yeah.
wrestling. I mean, I don't think Tony Khan will buy it. Would it be
Nah,
cool?
but
Yeah.
I think that would be sick. Just fucking be like, yo, you know what? Fuck it. We're taking this. You're back in charge here. Take the Ring of Honor guys. You're Ring of Honor now. Have fun.
I just think like he has too many things going on to
Yeah.
be doing that. I would have Tony Khan buy it, rehire Scott Demore, then sell it again. So that way
And
he's
just be
back
like,
in
here you go.
charge again. Yeah, imagine
Yeah,
that happens.
they really fucked up on firing him, man. I
I
really
know
hope
that
I hope somebody hires him, man, because he's a great wrestling mind, and
he has
anybody would be
passion for it.
happy. Yeah, anybody would be happy to have him, even if it
AEW would
is
be a great landing
WWE,
spot.
AEW, yeah, any of them. I think that would be
Or if
sick to
like
just
yeah,
see
I
him
think
back in that space.
NXT will be a great place for Scott Demore too.
Yeah,
They probably need a lot of great hands and great minds back there. Not saying that it's terrible now. I'm just saying like it could definitely use more help. And to not saying take
yeah.
over Shawn Michaels' spot, but like just be
Man,
backstage
get
with them.
Shawn Michaels out of here.
Nah, Shawn Michaels is doing dope. He's dope. He's dope.
Is Shawn Michaels doing dope? I mean, they've been doing a lot better ever since Regal got back into the picture. But that's
The
another
thing with Regal too, because
conversation.
Regal came back not too long ago on NXT television.
Oh yeah, on NXT television. But
Yeah,
you remember, ever since he left AEW, think about it. NXT has picked up ever since that moment.
yeah,
And I think
yeah.
he's been behind it for because he had that NDA that he was like not
He
NDA but
can't
like he
appear.
couldn't appear for like a year or something, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
so
The whole
he was
2023,
still working behind the scenes, and I
he
think
just
that's
couldn't be on
why
television.
NXT became so much better because I think because shout out Sean, but when it was just Sean, NXT, it was something special. Let's say that. But
Yeah,
since Regal took over, like I said, I've been keeping up with the highlights more, the storylines more, the better. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
he's a great mind, and I'm sure if you put Scott Demore there, it'll get even better.
exactly. I think that since Regal's back now and is able to appear on WWE programming, I think that whenever NXT Europe starts, have him go over there.
Oh yeah, he'll
I
be the
know,
general
I know
manager.
that like, yeah, great general manager. I know the whole
Yeah,
reason why he went back to WWE was to be closer with his son,
yeah,
but it wouldn't make. I know it wouldn't make sense to send his son back to Europe, even though he's been in the States for quite some time now. But I think it'll be a great way for them to get eyes on that product. Be like, hey, Regal's the general manager of the
yeah.
Europe there.
I would put
Maybe
his
his
son
son will
over
definitely
there.
go with him. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe he would
I would
want
put
to.
I would put him over there and make him the face. I would make him the
Exactly.
face of AEW of NXT Europe. I would
Steve
make
up.
him the face guy. You know what I mean? And have
Yeah,
Regal run it, and have them have like this. Because I'm sure him working with his pops is like dope to him. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he
yeah,
wouldn't mind going to NXT Europe for a little bit and being like the guy over there and helping build that up.
yeah.
I think that would be dope. Again, it's
That would
just
be.
when they start that up. So has Regal been on TV? I saw the one clip of him coming
No, that was
through
just
the
the only
door,
time.
but that was the only thing I saw of him. Oh, he hasn't
That
been
was the
on.
only time. Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
he
just that
doesn't
one moment.
really need to be on anymore. I like that he has the backstage role and he's doing his thing. See,
Yeah,
like I said, I think that's why NXT is doing better. Um, not saying Sean is trash, but like you got you have a different opinion and a different mindset from Regal. That maybe you
yeah,
had Sean and they would just yeah, that sounds good. And Regal's actually like, cool, but like, what if you do this? What if you do that? And it makes things better. You know what I mean? Because Sean has good ideas. Everybody has good ideas, but it's always cool to be open to feedback because it could help it make it better. So Regal's probably that guy for Sean. That Sean's like, what about we do this? And Regal's like, cool, let's do that. But then we could also do it like this. And we could maneuver it this way and make it
yeah.
more interesting. You know what I mean? So it's good to have different mindsets in a role like that. So like even like I said, adding another one with Scott would help NXT so much more.
I mean, I would love to have Regal come back on television. They already have Ava, the Rock's daughter, being the general manager now.
Yeah.
So, what would you have Regal do on television now that he's back? There's so many things you could do. You know, um, you could just have him be like a manager or somebody. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I just think that like that's the thing that's in my mind. Like, what do you have him do if he's not a general manager? That's what we were used to before when he was in WWE, just being the
Yeah.
general manager of NXT, coming out every week, announcing shit.
Yeah.
But that's the question I just have. The manager role, probably the best bet. Um, I know his son's in like a faction down there, which I
But
don't know if that would be the
you don't
best.
want to do that though, because they
Why?
kind of have the same vibe as like, not
Blackpool
saying they're
Combat
a
Club?
rip off, but they have the same vibe. Yeah, it's kind of like the because I forgot. Oh man, who's in the group that he used to do it when he was in the Indies? It was kind of like he had kind of the same faction.
Gulak?
And yeah, Kulak, yeah. So he had kind of the same thing when he was in the Indies. So now he's just doing it at NXT. But I did see like when the promo came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, they're biting off BCC." I saw a lot of, like on Twitter, people were just putting the gif of BCC, but it was like, bro, it's just a group of guys that like to fight. It's not that like
Yeah,
BCC didn't create that. That wasn't like,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? So, but that's exactly the group. So I don't think you want to put him with that because then it's gonna get even more eyes to be like they're just trying to be BCC. So
Exactly.
I wouldn't even let him touch that. I would be
I
like,
know.
just stay far from there. Like you
At
said,
least,
if anything,
yeah.
do a general manager and let him do that.
I just feel like the best thing to do for Regal is the Europe stuff. Again,
Yeah,
it's just getting that'd be a great way to get eyes on that product whenever they start that
yeah.
product because
And
it's been like
I'm
two
sure they're
years.
working on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure also that's why he's back to help them with that. I mean,
yeah,
he was one of the main reasons why AEW got to Wembley. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it makes sense that he's helping them in the background with that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know when it's gonna start because it's such a big company and such a crazy idea to like be housed in another country that it's crazy. Like we're like, oh man, when is this gonna start? But it's probably gonna be a long time till that starts. I would probably say after 2025.
I would say so too. They said this year, but I highly doubt it.
I mean,
I highly doubt it.
it was like that with the UK too. That Bate was holding that belt for a minute before it even went to the UK. You know what I mean? I think it was defending three
Yeah,
times on takeovers in the US before NXT UK even started.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so
We
we
got to
just
wait and
gotta wait
see.
and see. But I'm sure Regal was killing it back there, planning that out. And I'm
Yeah,
sure he's gonna have a big role with that.
and I said this once before. I feel like the reason why they are doing a lot of European premium live events this year is maybe they're going to these countries like Australia, France, Germany to do tryouts there. To be like maybe
Yeah,
some of these people will go to NXT Europe and be the faces of that. Because if their plan for NXT Europe is to treat it the exact same way as NXT, like build household names instead of getting a whole bunch of indie guys, that's what they're going to have to do. Go to
yeah.
tryouts, get athletes from those countries, rugby players, soccer players, or whatever popular sport, and just have them, try out and then get their own stars in there. That's what I feel like they should do since they're going to have to go there.
No, yeah, definitely. especially since when they did it the first time, they like just raided the indie scene of the UK, and
Yeah,
like even if you ask UK indie fans, they're like we're still recovering, like because they
yeah,
like took everyone, and it was crazy. And then it was like only a few of them really like made it, and it wasn't even because UK was bad. It was just because it seemed like WWE didn't even really care. They
and
didn't even really promote it.
they took their shows off of the network, so I think they are now
Yeah,
back to being regular indie shows instead of taking a whole bunch of people. I think they released a whole bunch of names 2 years ago, so they
yeah,
got some of it back, I guess. But
yeah,
they gotta learn from that lesson too. It'd be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't take indie guys. Should create our own stars like we did at NXT in the US.
yeah,
So maybe they'll do that instead, and I feel that'll make
yeah.
sense.
I think that does make
Or
sense. I did.
or at least do like take the young stars. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
go after the up and coming wrestlers in these countries, so that way it's like, hey, we got them first. You know what I mean?
yeah. Guys that
Type of
haven't
thing.
blown up yet, that they like got
Yeah,
some buzz, but haven't
yeah.
really like blown up
Because
yet. Okay.
imagine if they took Osprey during his early days. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
or like they got Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, yeah, but it's like, I guess like I said, like just get some young names that are just starting off in wrestling.
definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
so they I know they have, I don't know if they still have it, but they had a performance center in the UK.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
I I don't know
Did
if they
they
still
just
have.
abandon it?
That's what I'm saying. I hope they still have it
This
because
is a good question. As you're
it
talking,
makes
I'm gonna
sense.
search this because now I'm
Yeah,
interested.
it would make sense, to sign these young up and coming European talent for NXT Europe and train them at the Performance Center if they still have it there. Um, I would assume they would. I mean, I don't think they would just remove it like that
Yeah.
if the plan was to have NXT Europe. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, hey, we're gonna stop NXT UK, take the Performance Center down, then just bring a new company in Europe. That wouldn't make sense.
No,
I
it
think the
wouldn't.
whole plan for Europe, NXT Europe, was just to rename it to something else,
Yeah,
not
make
necessarily
it.
die down.
Yeah, make it more broader than just UK.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like let's wait and see what happens, man. I think it's gonna be fire though. Like I said though, we're just gonna have to wait on it.
Yeah.
That's the only downside.
Yeah. They just. What else happened in wrestling within the past week or so?
Um, back to The Rock. We talked about his daughter real quick. I hate fans sending her
Oh
death
yeah.
threats. That's crazy to me. That's so wild.
That's just.
Makes
That's
no
just
sense at
stupid.
all. Makes no sense at all, my guy.
Like, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, it's not that deep,
It's
you
not,
know,
bro.
to be
It's a
sending
main
someone just
event of a wrestling show.
one WrestleMania. It's one WrestleMania. Y'all can chill. You know what I mean? Like it's
You would have thought
she
The
had
Rock
nothing to do with
killed
it.
Dusty in front of Cody.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he beheaded him or something. They were like, "Oh, we gotta go after the daughter."
exactly. Like what the fuck? What did she do? She didn't
It was
shit.
just a main event match announcement. Take it easy.
Yeah, for
She didn't
real.
even do nothing.
She just shows up to work every week. That's her doing her job.
she
What is she
just showed,
doing?
she just showed up to work. Had to
Yeah,
deactivate her account and everything. That's wild, bro. What a
yeah.
wild situation that is.
I know that whole weekend was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. Now
I'm
everybody
like,
seems like they're happy again. So we'll
yeah,
see what happens on SmackDown. Well, later
the
today
yeah.
before
The
people
press conference is
start.
cool though. The press
Nah, yeah,
conference
that
was
was really
cool.
cool how they did that whole thing. I like The Rock that he brought out like the family tree. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, they showed everyone. I think the only person they forgot was Zilla for two.
Yeah, but he
Um,
just started training, so it's like,
yeah, but still, it's still family. She half the people weren't
yeah,
in. Sorry,
nah, that
he
is
saw
crazy.
the he saw the his ex-wife. His name is Danny Garcia.
Oh, Danny Garcia, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And they,
and
I
then
saw
people
everybody
were
just,
like Dana Garcia in the knowledge. I'm with you.
everybody kept posting that. I peeped
Oh
that.
yeah, that was so
People,
fucking funny.
nah, but
Uh,
it was, I like the presentation of that. I like how they did the
yeah,
whole press conference. I don't know if that you think that was gonna happen anyway.
yeah, because they announced it on SmackDown when The Rock came out
Oh,
with
they
a
did.
press con. Yeah,
Oh,
so I
okay.
think that was happening regardless. I don't know if that whole thing of him like being a heel or bad guy and showing the family
No,
tree. I
yeah,
don't
they
think
had
that
to
stuff was gonna
change. Yeah,
happen.
they had to change it because of the planning.
Yeah,
But
But I
I didn't
think
even know that they announced it right after he came out. I didn't. I didn't even
yeah, they
realize
did.
that.
So that was supposed to happen. So I just think that like different stuff happened. I don't know. They don't. I think that plan ended up changing. Me, I thought it
Yeah,
was gonna be like the. I thought the press conference was gonna be like a sit down type of thing,
that's
like
what I
how
thought
they
too.
usually
And
have done it.
yeah,
But like everyone just came out, stood out there, cut a little promo, and then done. You know,
yeah, it
I
was.
mean,
It was.
the whole thing that really took out of it was the whole Rock Cody Roman thing. That was the only big special out of it. That's what
Yeah,
it was to hype up for that match. I don't
yeah.
think, yeah, like they did advertise everyone else, but I guess I think the whole thing was to revolve around that match and be like,
Oh no, yeah, definitely. I know they also teased Becky and Rhea, which
yeah,
they should have not touched because
I know. That's the thing about like that storyline.
why?
I love it.
Why you even touching Becky? She hasn't even defended it against Rhea yet. I mean, against Nia, and Becky hadn't even qualified for the elimination chamber yet.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Like, you're basically
it's
telling
like
me the next pay per view, Becky somehow, some way is gonna be number one contender.
exactly. They just spoiled it without saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
they pissed
at
me
least
off
build it up.
sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah. And Bianca, like I don't know what she's doing. I'm glad that she's in the match. I know there's big names in that match so
yeah,
far, like Liv, Bianca. Uh, I know Tiffany Stratton's gonna be in it. Little spoiler, but like the whole match is gonna be dope. Like I think Elimination Chamber is gonna be fire, no matter what
yeah,
happens.
definitely. It's just
Um,
who's gonna win, and
yeah,
if it's the way that we think it's gonna go,
I just hope they build it up to be like where it's not like I hope both I hope both chamber matches kind of end off the same way as the Rumbles were, to where like we have an idea of who's going to win the matches, but we don't know until we actually watch it itself. Because I
yeah,
think we all knew it was either going to be Cody or CM Punk win the Rumble, but we had to watch it to see it. Same thing with
exactly,
Bailey. We had a feeling that was the most talked about name to win the Rumble match for the women, but we have to watch it to see if it's actually going to happen. And I think the same way should be treated for these chambers. Like as of right now, they're not doing that with the women's one because I feel like it's clearly obvious how they're going with Becky.
yeah.
Um, but I just
The
think
men is
that they
wide
should
open
try
though.
to, yeah, that one's more wide open. Even though Drew McIntyre's been more in the picture, that's still more. It feels like it's more wide open for
Yeah,
that one. I just don't like how they're building up the Becky one because it's like you're making it obvious. You had 3 interactions with her in like a month,
exactly.
so I don't
They're
like
just
the way
giving
they're
it
building that
away.
one up.
They piss me off with that shit.
Yeah, like I love the matchup, but like just please make it less obvious. Have
Yeah,
Bianca confront Rhea Ripley.
exactly.
Have Liv Morgan do it. You know what I
Change it
mean?
up
They
every
have
week. Have different people do it, so it kind of like, oh, everybody's confronting her. We don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, I
'Cause I
guess
know they
Becky and
want the
Rhea,
whole.
man.
I know they want the whole storyline, the whole promo package to be built out to be like, oh, they've been feuding back and forth for months, but like
Yeah,
still, they could build that storyline in a month and it'll still be fine.
exactly.
So I don't know why they. I don't know. I don't know.
Shout out
I don't.
Triple H, man.
Yeah, shout out Hunter. Um,
He's doing his thing. He just doing it all weird.
yeah.
Like he's booking great matches, just like you're doing it in a weird way, bud. How about we not make it obvious? How about we like kind of
Yeah,
build shit up and make it be like, oh shit, anybody could win this.
yeah. It's just like I don't know. Cause that's I guess they did it the same year where Shayna Baszler won it, to where like she just continuously
Yeah, but
came
we
out and
knew
attacked
she was.
Becky.
But she was having that run that was like, oh, she's winning the title. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it was like kind of obvious that she was gonna win the
yeah.
chamber, but not obvious that she was gonna, which she
Eliminate
didn't, but
everyone.
win.
Yeah. So it was just I don't know. Um, but yeah, what else happened in the last week
Let's
that
see.
I could think of?
I don't know. I feel like we went through a lot. I can't really
Yeah,
think of anything right now. I mean,
in the last 2 weeks because we recorded 2 weeks ago.
shout out Revolution looks like it's gonna be one hell of a card.
Oh yeah, that's one
Takesha
exciting.
Osprey.
I like that story. I like that match, and there was no story, but I like the match because people are mad at that because I get it. There's no story. They didn't build up to it. But I like
That's not
how
it.
it's his first pay per view in AEW since All In,
Yeah,
and or Wrestle Dream is his first singles one since All In, and I like the way they did it to where like Don Callis was like, oh, no one wants to step up to Osprey. I'm gonna have to my family member to my Don
yeah,
Callis family member step up and take the match, and it's like a. I saw someone on social media be like, "Oh, it's just a friendly competition, a friendly family competition between two family members."
basically, yeah,
So it's like it's not going to lead to anything. It's just going to be a match to refresh the AEW fans. Like this is Will Ospreay. This
exactly.
is what
And who better
you
to
haven't seen
give
in
him
months.
than Takeshita?
Yeah.
Come on, that's gonna be a
So I like
fire
that match.
match. The the EVPs versus Singh and Darby. I love that storyline.
I love the fact that the Bucks are now using the EVPs as a part of their gimmick now. You know
I
what I
love it.
mean? They're doing great work. They are always better off as heels, and I love
Yep.
it. They're getting under like, I don't want to say everybody, but they're getting under my skin and be like, of course they'll do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they wear the bloody suits that they
Oh,
attack
I'm
Sting
loving
every
that.
time they
I'm
compete.
loving that.
The little details always get me, and I'm just love the fact that they're doing stuff like that week in week out,
Yeah.
and it's apparently a tornado tag match, so that's gonna make it a little more interesting. The matchup between Sting and Allen versus Young Bucks,
Okay.
you know, so we just gotta wait until see. We'll talk more about that in the prediction episode, but
Yeah.
we gotta wait and see what happens. We have
That
two
show.
dynamites left,
Yeah, that show looks like it's gonna be fun though. I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it.
and they did change their theme songs. We talked about that not too
Oh, I
long ago
love
too.
the theme song change. I
Yeah,
love the Titantron they have now. I love that
yeah,
they call them Nicholas and Matthew
and Matthew,
Jackson.
yeah, yeah,
It's wonderful. I
fully.
just wish they stopped talking about the Young Buck name. They just gotta stop with the Young Buck name.
Nah,
But I
that's
get it
the
because that's who they are. Like
yeah,
you can't stop that. They're always
exactly,
gonna be the Young Bucks.
yeah.
But yeah,
So
we got some fire pay per views coming up. Elimination Chamber Revolution is gonna be fun.
yeah, a
Fun
fun,
couple weeks,
exactly, a fun
man.
month.
Yep.
So we just gotta wait and see.
Hell yeah. Well, and then after that we got Mania. After that we got Double or Nothing, and
This whole
what's it
year is gonna
called?
be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We got shows every fucking month in a different fucking country. That means everything's gonna be built up crazy. That's what I'm excited about with WWE.
Yeah,
Cause they can't just go to another country and give us fucking Sheamus and McIntyre for the 700th time. You know what I mean? Like they
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
build shit now, and I'm excited.
exactly. Um, yeah, I guess we just wrap it up there.
Yeah.
Um, but before we do though, we do have a show to promote because we're sponsoring it
Woo.
for next Friday.
Oh yes, sir.
VxS Arrival happening next Friday night in Queens, New York at the Queensboro Elks Lodge. VxS Arrival, we have matches like Leo Rush and Arez, Sammy Callahan versus Leo Guido. Tickets are still going to be on sale. I think the front row is sold out, but there is general admission tickets for $30. Like I said, it starts at 8 p.m. and I believe you can get tickets at the front door. But if you want to buy tickets online, you can go to thewrestlinguniverse.com and buy the tickets there. Or you can just go to the description of the YouTube video and you can find the link to the tickets there if you want to buy them beforehand. It's going to be a dope show, dope card. VXS is a great company. Um, they always put on banger matches. So if you want to come through, if you're in New York, Queens, come through
I'm so
and watch some
excited for
great
your
wrestling.
show.
I know.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a really fun time at that show.
It is. And I believe it's going to be on Triller TV. So if you want to watch it live on Triller TV, go watch it there if you can't make it to the actual show. They're going to do a lot of production stuff. So,
So sick.
yeah, y'all should tune into that.
Shout out VXS, man.
Yeah, shout out VxS. But I guess we could wrap it up there. Um, Again, this is episode 150, halfway to 300, almost at 200.
Woo!
I am Nick, your host. With me is my co-host Joel, and we will see you guys next time.
Catch ya.